Author and public speaker Lorraine Grubbs delivers a message which helps businesses create cultures where employees come to work because they want to, not because they have to, and where these cultures recognize happy employees create loyal customers. Lorraine's book, Lessons in Loyalty, has now been published in 4 countries. It outlines the principles utilized by Southwest Airlines to create one of the most productive and successful cultures in business today. Her message is quickly gaining momentum as a basis for companies who want to know how Southwest Airlines and other businesses do it. Without further delay, we welcome Lorraine.
Now, I call this piece the ownership piece. Now, you guys are all owners of your business. You're sitting in this room. How do you make others owners of the business? That is the absolute best place you could be, because after all, no one takes care of your business better than an owner, do you? And you'd want all of your employees to be able to do that. Well, in my opinion, a couple of things have to happen. Number one, you have to be willing to empower your people to make those decisions. And the only way you're going to feel comfortable doing that is A, you've hired them with the right skill set and attitude that you know they can, or B, you've trained them that way, in your procedures and your processes. And so came the night, one night, when we had a brand new customer service agent at the airport who had just graduated from class, and this guy's on fire. He's just so excited to be there. And the last flight of the night had just left. And he was closing out the books, and this man came desperately running up the jetway. He says, please, please, I've got to get on that flight. Stop that plane. And the kid says, I'm sorry, sir, I can't. And he just fell down and started crying. He goes, I've got to get there. My daughter's having a liver transplant. She may not make it through the night, and I've just missed the last flight. What can you do for me? Well, the kid's heart went out to this passenger, and so he picked up the phone and he called a charter company, and he chartered a jet to get this guy there. The problem was he charged it to Southwest Airlines, so he didn't know. So the next day, his boss came to him and said, you know what, Steve? He says, what you did for the customer was the right thing to do. Next time, you might try a little light twin. It might be a little less expensive. What is a warrior spirit? Ask yourself these 4 questions. Are my employees having fun on the job? Am I having fun on the job? We strategized so that people could have fun on the job. Because when people are having fun on the job, they're going to tend to want to come to work and be more productive. Do people know the difference that they're making in the big picture? In other words, if I am gently placing this bag on the aircraft, do I know how that contributes to the big picture? Do they feel like they belong to something bigger than themselves? When people feel like they belong to a mission or a cause, that's something much bigger than just, I'm going to come to work and do my 8 to 5. And do they feel appreciated? Do your folks feel appreciated? And do they know that because A, you've told them, or B, someone else has shown them that the job that they're doing is a good job? Another cornerstone of the loyalty principles is having fun at work. It's what I call finding the kid in everyone. The strategy that Southwest Airlines employed was that if you're having fun at work, you're going to tend to want to be at work, you're going to tend to be more yourself and more relaxed, and you're going to have fun. When you think about when you were in elementary school, and somebody said to you, who here in this room is an artist? And how many of their hands went up? Everybody's hands went up. Something happens along the way from the time you're in elementary school to the time that you become an adult, and somebody says to you, you're being too silly, quit being a kid. Well, at Southwest, we recognized we wanted to find that buried kid in people again. Because again, the strategy is if you're having fun, you're going to be more animated, you're going to tend to want to come to work. And so we really made a strategy of how do we, how do we attract those people? The first thing that you want to do is you say, okay, where are we going to find them? And at Southwest Airlines, our strategy looked like we actually put an ad together, for example, and the ad looked from the waistband to the top of the knees of a flight attendant holding a tray of drinks. And under the caption it said, work at a place where wearing pants is optional. That's pretty irreverent. Now, the reason we did that was because we figure if you're the type of person that likes to have fun and that ad's going to appeal to you, you may want to say, gee, I might want to work at a place where I can go and have fun. In the spirit of having fun, last night I sneakily went around and I asked 2 people to help me with the following exercise. If I could have those 2 folks come up to the front of the room now. The challenge is the following. I'd like to divide the room in half. Right there, the gentleman with the plaid shirt, all the way down. Over here, the right side of the room is going to be cheering for Jim. And I'll bet the left side of the room is going to cheer for Lynette. I bet you guys can do it better than they just did it. You think you can? There you go. All Okay, and here is your challenge. Prior to 911, we used to ask them to blow the airplane up, but we're going to ask you to inflate it now, okay? So you have to inflate the airplane. And don't open it up yet. So on the count of 3, and the person that, you guys got to cheer them on because this is a contest, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Somehow I think the ethics are involved here, right?